Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to welcome you all to Fort Thomas Productions' first project, Two Dudes in a Room. It's me, one dude. My name is Oscar. And the other dude here, his name is
Nathan.
And we're going to be discussing stuff today. I'm going to be asking Nathan a series of questions about him and things that he thinks about, and he'll give us his answers. So, without further ado, Nathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
All right. So, the first question I want to ask you was, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give like a brief explanation on Planet Nathan. Like, what's going on there? What are we?
Sure.
What are we learning about? We're really interested to know.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking in your eyes and I'm seeing a lot of interest from you. So
yeah.
I appreciate you letting me know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to start with. I'm a pretty normal dude. I live in Round Rock. I've always lived in Texas all my life. I do all sorts of stuff on the side, music, graphic design, website stuff, a little bit of audio stuff from time to time. Yeah.
Okay. Nathan, my first question for you is going to be, with your music, what got you started with that?
What got me started? Well,
I mean, besides the B-boy phase, I mean, we all know.
No, honestly, like, I think music has always been, like, really, just because the way I grew up has always been a really, like, critical part of my life. Like, my mom was a big piano player, and she took choir when she was young, so she always kind of was that way. And ever since I can remember, she was always playing piano in my house. And there's actually a picture of me when I'm 1 trying to play the piano as a little baby, and then there's a picture of me.
Okay, I mean,
I'm serious.
Right.
I'm serious.
Yeah, but like trying to play you're hitting the keys.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing.
Let's not try to make you see. Okay,
there's another part to the story, which is that
Right.
it's just funny.
You're a
because
genius. We get it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I have 2 pictures. I have a picture when I'm 1, and I have a picture when I'm 10, and I'm on the same piano.
Oh.
The point I'm trying to say is that, like, since I was a kid, I've always been like, I've always wanted to. I always found it fascinating, because my mom
Right.
was always doing it, and
Right.
So music was just always around me, just because of where I grew up, and I think it was only natural that eventually I was going to attempt to learn how to make it. And then, like you said, in high school, I got into breakdancing with a bunch of people, and I like really started learning about like the electronic music scene, and like SoundCloud and stuff like that. And I think that just like naturally pushed me to want to make that kind of music myself.
Okay, cool. Yeah. What about what are you up to now? Like with work wise, like what's your steez? What's your deal?
Well, I had a pretty promising work opportunity for a while, but then the recession hit and that evaporated that. So nowadays I do freelance. I do real estate. On the side, I've got a little real estate business I'm trying to make.
What happened to Lance?
What'd you say?
What happened to Lance now?
Lance?
Yeah.
He's free.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so okay, never mind. Just keep going.
That goes back to the greatest hits mixtape. So if you want me to go into that story.
No, I'm just saying I was trying to hit you with some of my god tier comedy, and I guess it just kind of flew over your head, but just keep going.
It was really, it's so good that I just couldn't fathom it.
Cool.
That's what it usually is from you, so it makes sense.
Right.
You probably get that a lot. Like your jokes fly over people's heads a lot, right? They don't really laugh at it because anyway, it's fine. So going back to your original question that you had, so right now I'm trying to start this real estate business, make it real with a couple of friends, and like it's going well. It takes a lot of work, honestly, but it's going well, which I'm happy about. And then I'm also trying to do freelance on the side. And right now my biggest source of freelance income has been websites.
Okay.
Just like designing and developing websites for various clients. And that's kind of what I'm trying to focus on right now.
All right, cool. So, how did you, like, what about websites? Like, do you think, like, draws you to that space?
Well,
like, yeah.
I'll say before I answer that question, there's pretty much never been a time in my life where I thought about something that I was about to learn or a skill I was about to get into and consciously made the decision to get into it. Like, I just want you to know that I've never like, should I get into websites? Let me look up what it's like to be a website developer. let me analyze all the factors. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I've never done that with anything. I've always just kind of ended up in things.
You know, it's kind of funny you say that, because I would have thought that you were the exact opposite. Because you do a lot of that research and stuff.
I totally
like that.
yeah. Well, when it comes to that stuff, I'm not that way at all.
You could have, like I said, you could have fooled me. It seemed to me like you were like a life optimizer.
Not at
from
all.
what I know.
Not at all, dude. I strive to do that, but I think everyone kind of wants to do that a little bit. But,
right.
But no, dude, I have tons of optimization issues in my life, and no, I just kind of in all honesty, like I can't remember what it was that specifically got me into websites. I think I like learned. So Wix like came out when I was in like high school.
What's Wix?
Wix is Squarespace?
Sure.
It's a Squarespace.
Everybody knows Squarespace.
Yeah. Yeah. Ding. Yeah.
Please sponsor. Yeah.
You can put that in post, but no, Wix is a Squarespace competitor. So it does the same thing.
Okay.
And I learned it. It's a little bit. It lets you do a little bit more, but I learned about Wix.
But
Squarespace is still the best. Squarespace is still the best.
He didn't mean that.
Squarespace is still the best. 100%.
Like honestly, please. Like honestly, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
We love you,
Yes.
Squarespace.
All right.
Please sponsor.
Keep going.
But yeah, no, it was great. It was like, a brand new thing for me. I'd never messed around with anything like that. And I was able to make a site. And then for I took a class called DIM in high school, which is Digital Intermedia Multimedia, something like that. I can't remember. Digital Information Multimedia Management, I think. And they had us do a project that was building the website for the Hendrickson sports team.
Jesus. All I had was a typing class in high school.
They made us learn typing in this class too, but that's what we did. We learned how to make a website. And so ever since that point, I was like, I feel like I could do this. And I wanted to get into freelance when I was younger. Mm-hmm. So the first project I ever did was the church that my mom went to. I hit them up because she told me they needed a new website. And I was like, hey, Mom, I do websites. And she's always kind of tried to help me get those clients, So that's kind of what my first professional one was. And since then, I've just continued to do it, and I've tried to like learn how to do new things. I don't know. It's just I feel like websites are a nice fusion of everything. Like You get a little bit of design, you get a little bit of problem solving. It's interactive. You get SEO stuff, and everyone needs one. Every business needs an online presence of some kind.
Right.
So they're like these fun little projects where every project is different and it can be complex. It's satisfying because when you're done, you have a finished like thing you can show to other people. They can go to that website. I don't know. It's just It's just fun for me, I guess. It can make some good money.
On the freelance side of it, how do you like being your own boss? Like, I imagine, like, I can't tell you how much I would like to do that, to like not have to be held by somebody and held to their kind of standards.
Honestly, it sucks.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong, to have the freedom to, like you said, hold myself to my own standards, and I don't have to report to anybody. And that's a luxury that I try not to take for granted. But, dude, I'm the kind of person that needs a manager. I need a manager or like a secretary or like a producer, something to like keep. I'm not a very orderly person when it comes to work. I'm very ADHD. So
you graduated from Procrastinators U. Like
definitely. I'm a fantastic procrastinator. I could run a fucking TED Talk on procrastination. Like,
yeah, I'm an alum too. So
hell yeah, bro. Respect.
I get it.
Yeah. No, I definitely need that kind of person. Like, honestly, if the business does well, that'll be one of the first hires, or at least a freelance hire. Like a contractor. So yeah, that honestly, my biggest problems come from having to manage my own stuff. But what I like about freelance is that I can just go out and get money, Right. I don't have to like work hours to make someone else money. I can get in my car today and drive to businesses and tell them that I make websites until I get a company that wants one. So I guess I like that agency. And also it makes you bulletproof, man, because there's no one else that you're reporting to. You're the one at fault if you mess up, and you're dealing with these real businesses investing their money into you. So there's pressure, and I think that's an interesting, engaging environment for me, and you learn a lot from it. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like usually, it seems pretty stressful having to run all that and like, manage that. How do you manage that like stress in your life?
I play video games and smoke weed.
Okay.
And make music.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I procrastinate a lot, and I just get it done by the time it has to get done. And And when I'm done, I smoke weed and play video games and make music.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And now a word from our sponsor. Now, Squarespace is an amazing technology that actually lets you build your website in under 5 minutes. And they have beautiful e-commerce solutions that let anyone get their business off the ground and running.
So if you want to build your website today, you can get this free 5% discount. I'm sorry, hold on. No, that can't be right.
What does it say?
50% discount on your first website.
50%.
That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Man, I wish when I built my first website that I had 50% off and used Squarespace as well.
That's value. So you can enter code DUDES at squarespace.com and get your free 50% today.
Now back to the show.
What are you playing right now? Like, what's your...
Oh, man. Well, there's a bunch of new games coming out this year that I'm so fucking psyched for, dude. Like
Chess 2?
Oh, well, don't even get me started on Chess 2.
Got it.
You know what they did with the DLC, right?
What did they do?
They allowed online matchmaking, and they brought the graffiti back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
dude.
so you can, it's awesome. But no, right now...
I heard there's like an update in Chess 2 where you can move the knight in M style now instead of L's.
Oh, they actually did that?
Yeah.
I thought that was just I thought they got yelled at for the patch notes, and then they took that out.
Yeah.
They put that in?
Yeah.
Did you play the open beta too?
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is that it took like 2,000 years for them to even want to update the game.
The developers suck, dude. They're so slow.
Right.
We've been saying that we want an M-style movement since Chess 1 Alpha. We've literally been saying that from the beginning. And
I know. I mean, when they were when the patch notes were coming out in Sanskrit, that was one of the things that people were talking about.
Yeah, it's been a thing, but I'm glad they finally did it. I just can't wait for Chess 3, man, because I heard that they brought in some new anime characters, and they're adding a new fighting system, and there's a rage mechanic that seems pretty cool. So
I heard Sakurai's going to be working on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So so what other games are you looking forward to?
Oh, yeah. So right now I've been kind of revisiting Dark Souls just because...
I wonder why.
Yeah. But no, I'm really looking forward to Wolong Dynasty, which is basically, for anyone who's listening that has played Nioh or has heard of Nioh, Nioh, it's basically Nioh 3. And that game is awesome, so I'm really looking forward to that. We've got Breath of the Wild 2 coming out this year. We've got Resident Evil 4 Remake coming out this year. Dead Space 1 Remake was pretty good. We've got I think it's called Starfield by Bethesda. Is coming out. It's like Bethesda's new space Skyrim.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Starbound.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Sure, stars.
Yeah, stars are in the title. Exactly.
We're up in there.
Yeah,
we're getting those stars.
So this is what you were talking about when you said God tier comedy. This is what you were referring to. No, I'm just asking.
Listen, you just don't understand my...
What do you mean? I'm just asking a question.
I wasn't even
on your side.
I wasn't even making a joke. I don't know the name of the game, so I was just saying I don't know, something with stars in it.
Okay, you were just trying to make light of it, I guess? Or?
Yes, yeah. It's not that really big of a deal. Please stop derailing my podcast because
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought it was.
If we could just get back on track.
Okay.
The video games that you're playing.
The video games. Right.
Is there anything else?
I mean, I listed 4 things.
Okay. I mean, cool. So, which one would you say is your most anticipated?
Hard. Definitely not Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay.
I really want. I do anticipate that game, but I really want to play honestly, probably Resident Evil 4 and Wolong. I'd say those two. There's some that I'm forgetting. I know there's some games. I have a list because everyone keeps asking me what game? What do you mean this year looks good? Oh, the new Forest came out, so I'm excited
Forest?
to play. Yeah, it's called Sons of the Forest. That's the second one. It's a game where you're in a plane and it crashes in
a forest.
In a forest on an island, and you have to survive on your own, and then you find out that the whole forest is actually this weird experimentation ground for scientists that want to experiment with genetic mutations. And so but it went wrong.
So it's kind of Lost almost.
Yeah, it's Lost. So it's pretty cool. And there's survival elements where you build your own shelters, and you can literally build any cabin any way you want. And it's totally multiplayer. It's just a fun survival game. I don't know if you've heard of Minecraft.
What's Minecraft?
You really haven't heard of Minecraft?
I mean, no.
Okay, well that's pretty shocking considering it's one of the biggest games that's ever been released. But it's pretty fun too. It's like a survival game.
Okay.
That you build stuff out of blocks. And
Is there like a new Minecraft coming out, or
no?
What do you do in Minecraft?
I just like picked up that you wouldn't know it, and I just latched onto that and wanted to just ask out of nowhere because I knew that would be a nugget right there.
So Minecraft 2 is coming out.
No, it's not. Oh, you just reminded me. Diablo 4. That's probably my most. That's probably my most anticipated game.
All right.
Diablo 4.
Okay.
Because I was a big fan of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. And
right.
Man, it's looking good. Like they've been releasing gameplay. It's looking solid. It's looking real good. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna no life Diablo 4 when it comes out.
Oh right.
100%. What, you got another guide to your comedy?
Well, no, I wasn't going to say anything. You know, I'm being polite and stuff like that.
You're definitely being polite.
How could you know life something when you didn't? I mean, based on the content.
When I didn't what?
Never mind. So moving on. So after hearing all this, it really seems like you're, you got a lot of stuff going on.
It may sound
You're
that way.
a very busy person. How on earth? That's one thing I want to talk to you about. How on earth do you manage all your time?
I don't really feel busy.
Dude, like the amount of times that like
it's stressful.
You'll be like either hanging out with people, or working, or you're playing video games, or you're doing this, that, and that, and you still have time to learn and grow and stuff like that. Well, it really kind of
my brain requires stimulation at all times.
Okay.
So that's because I have ADHD. And by the way, for anyone who's listening, that's not like I got diagnosed with it. And I checked recently because I wanted to learn about it, and I got diagnosed again. So I definitely have ADHD. But yeah,
you don't have to get defensive about that. It's okay.
A lot of people say they have ADHD, and they're just saying that they're scatterbrained or like they're easily distracted, and they haven't checked to see if they.
Right.
I just didn't want to be taken as that guy.
You don't like people appropriating your.
My what? Say it.
Disability.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a disorder. It's not a disability.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But
anyway,
so
I require constant external stimulation. So I actually like environments where I have to do a bunch of different stuff.
Right.
It is stressful sometimes, and like I have days where I'm like, shoot, man, like I gotta freaking do this. I gotta do this. But all the stress, honestly, dude, all the stress either comes from me procrastinating, so I can't really be mad because I put myself in that position, or it's me worrying about this thing that I've never done before, and then when I go and actually learn it, it's not that complicated. Okay. So a lot of the stress is just like me bringing it on myself, and I guess, that's why it doesn't bother me as much. But there are times, I've had times where there was so much stuff going on in the day that like I just had to shut down at the end of the day. Like I just had to like go to sleep, couldn't talk to anybody. I needed to like get drunk or something, one of those days. They're very rare. So I'm not as busy as it may look. Like today, for example, after this, I'm going to show a guy a JavaScript thing, and then you can ignore that. I'm going to show a guy a JavaScript thing, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to show. I'm going to have another meeting with someone at 5:30, and then I'm going to have a meeting with someone at 6, where we're going to review like a single Google Doc. It's going to take us like 30 minutes, Then I'm going to have a meeting at 7 where I look over a website with someone and fix some fonts. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of meetings, but there's not that much work going on. And honestly, at the end of that meeting, I'm probably going to just chill for the rest of the day.
Okay.
And it's 3 p.m. when we're recording this, and I haven't gotten that much work done today. And so it's not that busy. My life is pretty chill, as long as I just get those things done,
Right.
So
you just have to push yourself to do it.
I tried making a schedule.
Okay.
I tried, like, I still have it. I made I got out Excel and like mapped out the times and the days and like made myself little blocks of time, but I just don't follow it, man. Like I have to try really hard to follow it, and I find that oftentimes your days just don't line up like that.
You're better off the cuff.
Yeah, I guess. But I really am an advocate for schedules. I think you should make a schedule, and it shouldn't be a tyrant for your day. It should be how you want your ideal day to be. You should like design it.
Yeah.
Now let me know, what is it? You got another one?
No, I was just saying, Nathan, advocate for schedules, everyone. Anyway, please continue.
No, I mean, that
answered
your question.
Yeah.
There you go. You can be Oscar the comedy genius, and I'll be the schedule advocate.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be our thing.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, that's going to have to wait until next time.
Yeah,
we're currently at time.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Fort Thomas Productions. first project.
Hell yeah.
Two dudes in a room.
Follow us on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook,
YouTube,
Instagram, YouTube,
Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge and
Bumble.
What's another thing you can follow us on?
Anything.
Tout.
Read our book.
If anybody remembers Tout, you can follow us on Tout. We'll have a Tout
Pandora.
account. Yeah, on Pandora. But before we go, I just would like to leave you with this. You never know what anybody's going through, so be kind to everybody. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Ciao.